Hi guys, it's me, and with day 9 of our November Daily Art Journal, and the theme is leaves. So, I will surprise you. I put some nice paint down, acrylic paint in one of my favorite colors, or in 3 of my favorite colors actually. This turquoise and pink and yellow and a bit of green, and I wipe it off a bit with a baby wipe to have a bit of distressy look. That's pure background. So this is a stem from Gorgeous, and I only want to use it partially. The books, I'm after the books there um, under her feet, so I mask off all the other stuff, put some memento ink on it, and then ink it down. And I use the positioner here because it's a long stamp and I haven't got a long acrylic block that would fit, so that's why I use that one. It is a bit thin. I will go over later over the edges and everything that makes it more stand out, and I will colorize it in. So at the moment I'm drawing. I did it again. Yay. And it's a very simple shape. It will be a little worm, a bookworm. And on top of this pile of books, of course, I go over the edges now, or I go over in general now with my ink pen, and yeah, some of these stripes, and I will go over later with the bigger liner. For the books, I use all my big brush Pitt pens here to colorize them, but I didn't want to have it too solid, so that's why I use this India ink that you see this the lines of the stamp, because it was yeah, it's very light stamping. The edges are, or the lines are not very obvious, so that's why I didn't want to cover it up all. So I started to, I did actually, I painted the worm in with acrylic paint. I should have put um, a line of, or one cover of gesso first, then it would have covered better with the green, would have been more opaque. But I've done it with 2 or 3 of the layers and with drying in between, so that's okay. And yeah, at the end I was happy. I didn't want to have the background shining through, so that's why I want to have it opaque. And of course, I will definitely draw the lines back. I use different markers this time. This is the Stabilo markers and ink markers and the Pitt pens and all sorts of markers, and of course my black Posca for the lines. And the little guy is wearing glasses. A bookworm is of course wearing glasses, and yeah. And I think you might ask yourself now, or might wonder, what's about the theme leaves? Yeah, you will see that later. I interpreted it a bit differently. But of course, it has something to do with leaves, because you call book pages leaves as well. So this double printed book leaves are called leaves, or pages are called leaves. So this is from another gorgeous stamp, this loose little booklet. I printed, or I stamped it off a few times, and I cut the best part out. I had a look, and that will be stuck under his arm, and that's a loose leaf. And I draw a simple little arm here that he can hold this stack of paper or book leaves under his arms. Of course, I have to colorize it as well. For his glasses, he gets a layer of my glossy accent, and go on with my Pitt pen here. As I said before, I use various markers here, and I dry that. You have to be careful with not dry glossy accent yet. When you go over with the heat gun, then you will mess it up completely. So you have to leave that to dry naturally. And this is my go-to script stamp from Kaisercraft. I didn't want to do a lot more to the background, but a bit of stamping, script especially, nothing else. And this is a soft charcoal pen I use here for shading. And I use a blending stamp to blend that out. And of course it gets a bit of a ground where it all stands on. And the little one needs to be shaded, of course. And a bit around the glasses. And with my white Posca, I make some highlights here and there. And on all this lines here on the body. I don't know what you call that in English. This worms are having these parts, Yeah, I don't know what you call it in English. So, but you know what I mean. To get that out, a bit of white highlights, of course, on the books here and there. Some reflections to make it more lively, and to give it more depth, and that it's not too two-dimensional. It should be, or it should look a bit three-dimensional. That's what you do with shading and highlighting. Give it dimension. So I mask it off, put a sheet of paper on top, and use some acrylic ink in white for some drops. And that's all for the background so far. It won't be more, because I'm stamping now my words. I use this Doughcraft stamp set, and it's quite tiny, but I like this outlined letters a lot. And I put down Albert. His name actually is Albert the Bookworm. I'm not showing all the stuff, I think, going on Albert the Bookworm just leaves, for lunch. And you can imagine what he will have for lunch. He has his lunch box under his arm. That's what bookworms eat, don't they? Paper. So, this is a distress marker. This is Right Persimmon, and I use it for go over lightly over the words, that it doesn't look too boring. I dry it and then I cut it out quickly, and a bit to size, not too precise, but make it a bit smaller. And of course I have to go back with a black alcohol ink marker here and edge it, that I get rid of the white edges, again to give it more depth. And I glued down with Eileen's tacky glue. The advantage here is it dries quickly, it glues quickly, and it dries quickly, so you can go on working directly afterwards, because I will go around and do some lining around the words and some shading, of course. And that's what I do again with my soft charcoal, and blend it out with a blending stamp again. And that's it then. After this you will see the close-up, and at the end the pictures. And I had a lot of fun again with this theme, and it was nice to come up with something completely different. I really like that. That's my little competition. And my little, challenge, not competition, that's my little challenge. So this is the close-up. I hope you like it. I had a lot of fun, as I said, and thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope I will see you tomorrow with the next page. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.